Hey guys, PIEGUYRULZ here, and I am recording this in the year 2009, which means that, hey, it's SpongeBob's birthday! Yay! Now, I don't really care about specifically what month SpongeBob started, but anyway, he started 10 years ago, so it is his 10th birthday. It's hard to believe that he's been around for 10 years. I mean, it seems like more than that, and sometimes it seems like less than that. But the point is, he's been around for the majority of my life and a lot of other teen and kids' lives. So I figure I'd do a little rant on him. But before I start ranting, I should get a few things out of the way. First of all, SpongeBob is a good show. True. Very true. New episodes of SpongeBob are pretty good. Okay? Now that's comparing them to other things that Nickelodeon has produced as of recent. Not comparing it to earlier episodes, which is what I'll be ranting on. Comparing even the newer Nickelodeon, even the newer episodes of SpongeBob to Nickelodeon shows nowadays, yeah, even the newer episodes are pretty dang decent. All right. Okay. So I love SpongeBob, and I love that. And all right. So now here's where the ranting begins. The problem that I have isn't that it's gotten bad recently. It's just that it's just been such a big decline, and that if Nickelodeon keeps this rate up, SpongeBob will be a terrible show. I mean, as it is, it's pushing it with its, what, 7th season? It really, really, really shouldn't still be going on, but it is. Now, you know why it's still going on? Because Nickelodeon uses it as a crutch. Think about it. What other key show has Nickelodeon had for quite a few years that's still popular and still running? The Fairly Odd Parents, sure, maybe, but that's on its last legs, and Nickelodeon hardly airs that as it is. So SpongeBob's really all they have. So if they got rid of SpongeBob, then the network would basically consider itself dead. It's like kind of the opposite of what Cartoon Network did. Cartoon Network completely obliterated Dexter's Laboratory, which was their hit show, and basically one of their very first hit shows, and like the bread and butter of the network, and they completely dropped it after the relaunch in 2004. And you saw kind of an anger that the fans had from that. So dropping SpongeBob isn't really an option for Nickelodeon as of now. It only will become an option for Nickelodeon if they come up with a show that's better than SpongeBob, that's more popular than SpongeBob. But that's not going to happen because Nickelodeon doesn't give these newer shows a chance to become better than SpongeBob. Nickelodeon just drops them right away if they're not an instant success. And now I'm not entirely sure how an instant SpongeBob's success was, but it was pretty popular from almost the start. I mean, if you think about it, it was just it. I don't know what else to say. I mean, when it comes down to it, the basic Nickelodeon formula for cartoons is talking animals that are crazy and weird. That's pretty much the formula, and it's worked pretty much every time. Cat Dog, The Angry Beavers, SpongeBob, and numerous other shows with talking animals that feature outrageous plots and just outrageous characters have been very successful for Nickelodeon and other cartoons in the past. Right now, as far as it goes with animals and Nickelodeon, well, let's just say y'all know my opinion on that certain show. So, aside from that one show that I really, really, really dislike, or at least I dislike that one episode, I can't really name another Nickelodeon show that has a talking animal. I could be wrong. Oh, Penguins of Madagascar, there's that, but that still doesn't follow the same formula as like the Angry Beavers or Cat Dog. It's just it's got to be more original than that. It can't just be a movie spin-off. Nickelodeon needs a better show before they can cancel SpongeBob. And unfortunately, what that means for the little yellow guy is that Nick's going to keep it around until it runs itself right into the ground. It's already declining. There is no denying that. However, the recent episodes are still better than half the crap that Nickelodeon is shoveling. Half the other crap that Nickelodeon is shoveling. If not all of the other crap that Nickelodeon is shoveling. I mean, just think about it. It won't work getting rid of SpongeBob, and keeping him around much longer is just going to run him into the ground. The only solution I could possibly think of, if Nickelodeon brought back a previously popular show that didn't get a fair chance, like, uh, I don't know. I don't know what would deserve a reboot at this point. Like I said, I was a big fan of Angry Beavers, and that didn't get too many seasons. I mean, how cool would it be if they could bring something like that back? I mean, I know they probably wouldn't be able to, but if they could bring back an older show that still has plenty of potential and was a big success, then Nickelodeon could replace SpongeBob. And it could be the center stone of the network, kind of like SpongeBob was, only it will be new and fresh, and yet still have that same old feel that SpongeBob is. SpongeBob has that old feel, that 1999 Nickelodeon feel. Unfortunately, it's getting stale. The formula is just too old. It just won't work. And another thing that's running it right into the ground, that also follows along the trend of Nickelodeon using it as the cornerstone of its network, is the fact that they air it way too much. There's too many episodes aired in a single day. I mean, if you were to go through and count, I'm sure there's at least 6 episodes, and that might not seem like much, but considering Nickelodeon only runs after Nick Jr. and before Nick at Night, that's not too many programming hours of programming that they can actually get in. So I'd jam-pack it with as many cartoons as you possibly can, instead of just airing the same one over and over and over again. That's another thing that makes people that makes people just hate SpongeBob, because if you see the episodes on too many times, it just causes you just dislike it so much. There's this one episode that they've rehashed over and over and over again from season 1, and I don't know if they've aired it recently, but in the first, I'd say, 5 years of SpongeBob, they aired Jellyfish Jam like so many bloody times that whenever I saw that come on, with just the title card, I'd be like, alright, what's on Cartoon Network? As a kid, that was just how frustrated I was with it. Because, I mean, it could be the best thing in the world, but if you've seen it 100 times, you're never going to want to see it, or possibly even the show, ever again. So yeah, that pretty much frustrates me. Dang it, this rant's going on so long, I'm going to have to make it in 2 parts. So join me in part 2 of my SpongeBob rant, coming soon.